Devlin, you are Spurs, I am Spurs. I suppose what I want to start with is why Tottenham? Why do you support the club?
As soon as I was crawling, my old man, he's Spurs mental, so yeah, he had us in the kits and that when we was young, me and my brother. So there was no choice in the matter.
Is your whole family Tottenham?
No, they're not. My mum's Bermondsey and that, so they was Millwall.
Oh, really?
My old man's Tottenham, and yeah, so that's quite a clash.
Because I'm going to say, my old man's Wolves. I've got three brothers who are Watford, Chelsea and Arsenal,
Yeah.
and I'm Spurs.
All different.
So it's an absolute nightmare.
I bet that's good on that.
It is, yeah. First game you ever went to at White Hart Lane, can you remember it?
I was a baby, but my old man took me over there, and it was Leeds. I think the Uboa days and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was, yeah, I was only young, 6, 7-ish. I think we drew 1-1 that day.
So what are you talking, mid-90s sort of era?
Must be at 95. It must have been. If I was about 6, must have been about 95. Yeah.
And the score was?
It was 1-1, I believe.
Which
yeah.
against Leeds then, that's a good result.
They were a good team then,
Yeah,
days.
decent team. Okay, what about greatest ever Spurs player for you? Doesn't have to be the greatest ever Tottenham player to wear a shirt, but your favourite Tottenham player.
Joe, when I was young, the old man always showed me the videos of Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah.
And he was unreal on the football, some of the things he used to do. So I'd say he'd have to be the greatest Spurs player for me, Hoddle.
You think the best ever?
I think, from what I've seen, I've watched all the videos and on the YouTube medleys, Magic and all that. Yeah, he was out of hand. Yeah. When I was growing up, I loved Klinsmann, Sheringham. I loved Sol Campbell until he done the Judas on us. I was a centre back, so he was my idol when I was young, and then I don't love him no more.
You say on camera because there's a lot of Spurs fans watching this. You used to love him before.
I used to love him. Yeah, I
okay.
don't love him no more. Yeah, I'd say Klinsmann or Sheringham. I used to love them when I was young. The old celebration, over the park and that.
Who out of our current squad are you most worried about losing?
Kane and Dele Alli, especially now they're all talking. They've had all the statistics up against all the other players over the years, and yeah, Kane and Dele Alli would do well to keep on to them.
Do you think they will stay?
I hope so. I think they should. You know what I mean? We've put them on the map these last couple of years, and they've got their name at the club, and we've got a great group of players there, good manager. And so yeah, I really hope so. Yeah.
We've got Eriksen, we've got Ali. Do you think we need another player in that position to playing behind Kane? Because there's a lot of work on Kane, isn't it? If he doesn't score.
Do you know what I think? I think Dembele, when he strides with the ball, no one can get him off the ball, but he ain't direct enough. That geezer, he could be one of the best players in the world. He's strong, he just needs to go, it's all sideways, and I'd like to see him take control and drive through the midfield a bit more. Do you know what I mean? He done it once last year at Arsenal, from the halfway line, he drove on his own, and he went and got a goal. He's done it, he don't do that enough for me. I think he could contribute a lot more.
Do you think he should play higher up, you think?
Yeah, he don't really get many goals, does he, Dembele? No. If he drove a lot more, a bit more selfish, and he's so physical, I think he let off shots and he could put people in. I'd like to see him doing that a bit more.
Right, you've just done a gig, you're backstage, you're meeting someone who's not a football fan.
Right.
And instantly that's hard to get on with that person.
Yeah.
But if you have to convince that person to support Tottenham, what do you say to that person?
It'll give you thick skin. It'll prepare you for other aspects of life to be a Spurs fan.
That's the best thing about being a Spurs fan, to deal with...
Not a lot can bring you down when you've been a Spurs fan in your life.
That's what you'd say?
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Fair enough. On that note, Devlin, top man.
Thank you, brother.
Up the Spurs.
Cheers. Up the Spurs.